Hey guys, how you doing? Look, I just literally got off a plane from the US. My whole Maker Fair trip, my Maker tour for 2017 is over. But I wanted to quickly put out a quick roundup, tell you guys what was happening the last week or so. Unfortunately, when I went to Brazil, I was unable to get to any internet access, and I kind of missed reporting in with you guys and telling you what's going on. So you know what? Let me round this up and see what we can do. First of all, in Brazil was an amazing place. If you've ever been there before, I loved it. It reminded me of a lot of creativity, a lot of ingenuity, some incredible makers out there in Brazil. Unfortunately, I lost my backpack as I was leaving. I got it back, but I lost my hard drive that I was saving some stuff that I was shooting for you guys. So it was a little bit heartbreaking that way. Normally, I upload to the cloud, and I have a hard drive as a spare on site. That unfortunately didn't happen. But I want to thank a few people who really helped me out. Sagano, Nora, Jonas, Christy, Larissa, and especially my good friend Nim, who made this all happen and make it possible. You guys are the greatest people that I've met. They are incredible makers. They don't just make; they actually make the impossible possible. I'm hoping that I can go back and shoot some more stuff and show you guys what that's all about. All I can say to you guys, ouch. You guys are incredible, and you made my week in Brazil possible. So the work that we did there was incredible, and I'm really looking forward to being able to do a whole bunch of stuff like that again in the future. What I really liked about Brazil was it reminded me a little bit about what I had read in Cuba, where you've got some things and you've got to be able to repair it. You've got to be able to make it evolve to what you actually need. And that was really incredible. I mean, when you're in the US, when you're in Australia, you need something, you can go out and buy it. There's a Home Depot, there's a Bunnings, there's all these interesting places. In this case, some things you can get, but some things you can't. So you've got to really work on your creativity and your ingenuity. And I really thrived at seeing these people be able to do that. I also like the spiritual aspect of Brazil. There's an amazing spiritual area that goes into that. And, you can see how, you've got the spiritual and the physical, and they kind of merge together. And it was amazing to see. I'm really sorry that I don't have footage for you guys to actually kind of go and take a look at that. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to revisit really, really soon. The other thing that happened, which I didn't expect, was I actually got to do a bit of a walkabout day in Los Angeles. I flew from Brazil to Los Angeles, and I thought I was leaving at 11 o'clock in the morning. It worked out that I arrived at 6 in the morning and was leaving at 11 o'clock at night. So I thought to myself, you know what, this is a great opportunity. I used to live in Los Angeles when I went to UCLA. I actually decided that I'd grab an Uber and go down to UCLA and go and see if I could speak to some of my old professors at the Department of TFT, or Theatre, Film and Television. And this was kind of really interesting. As I was walking around, I realized that, my life had evolved, and what I had become, I trained there as a cinematographer and director. But what actually happened was, during my time at UCLA and also in the film industry, it really taught me to become a maker. And that was kind of really interesting. As you guys will get to know me on these videos, you'll see that what I make is very influenced on what actually happens in the film industry. And, if you're making a film and you don't have technology, or you don't have a prop that you need to make, you have to build it. You have to actually design it from scratch, work out how you're going to replicate it, make multiple models of it. And if it's something that actually functions, you've got to get that functionality in. And I was, as a kid, and even now, I love science fiction. Things like Star Trek, things like Star Wars, all those sort of things, the physicality of that really, really inspires me. And you'll see some of that sort of stuff in the next couple of weeks as I show you around my maker space, and also the space that I have at home where I've built a few of these things. So it was really interesting to go back to UCLA, see all the posters on the walls of all the films that had been made by my peers. I got to be honest with you, I remember walking down that hallway and seeing a matte painting, which I was trying to find for you guys, which was actually from the Arnold Schwarzenegger film The Running Man. And it had actually been taken down to put up all these movie posters of all the people who had actually gone on and made a whole lot of films. And if you guys are interested, I'll tell you about some of the projects that I was involved in. But you know what? That seems to me like a whole lifetime ago, at least 3 lifetimes now. And it's kind of interesting to be able to take that creativity and give it an outlet through making. You know, that really was what hit me, was the fact that at UCLA I really learned to become a maker. They branded it as a filmmaker, but that's exactly what happened. The other thing that I was able to do is I was able to walk up to my old home where I used to live just off campus in a co-op house. So that was really kind of cool too, because my memories from that, it had been literally 20 something years. And I was able to knock on the door and meet some of the people who were living in that house. And that was amazing to be able to walk through that, and just, you know, I was really, really glad that I didn't sit at the airport just wasting a day. Instead, I was actually out there going and doing some amazing things. So one of the things that I realized when I was down at UCLA is I went down to Westwood, which is a neighborhood that's set up really to support the students in that area. And I remember it being 99, 2000. This place was rocking. This place was packed. I remember going into a video store and running into John Carpenter, who was an all-time director favorite of mine, and you know, it was the place to be, especially near campus. When I was walking through now, I was surprised that this area was really kind of dying, and you know, everywhere I went, there was empty places for rent or just nothing in there. I actually ended up going down and walking all the way down to a place called Bel Air Camera, which is a very famous camera store. And what I loved about that was you could get all of the equipment that you needed, especially when you were doing photochemical stuff and you were using film. So I thought I'd go down there and just kind of reminisce, and I found out that the store was empty, vacated, and it was actually just been rented. And that was kind of a real shame. It's, you know, you have these memories in your mind about what the places are going to be like, especially after you leave and you spend a few years in there. So it was a really it was a bit of a shame, but you know, it was interesting to see that everything had evolved and moved on, and I definitely think that I've moved on as well. So, you know, it was a thrill to go back to UCLA, even if it was that day. I spent the rest of the day actually going around to a whole bunch of different places that I remembered. Actually, I worked so badly that I got a huge blister on my toe, which you'll see in a second. And it was like, you know, it was just kind of an amazing opportunity to go and spend a day that I didn't actually expect. So, you know, when you've got the opportunity, go for it and go see what's going on. Now, the other thing that I've noticed is that coming back and looking at all the comments on Jimmy's page, my page, and all the rest of it, first of all, let me thank everyone who's joined up. I'm not Jimmy DiResta, but I have so much respect for him, and I am hoping that both Jimmy and I will be able to keep in contact, especially as a kind of a teacher and a student relationship. But what I also noticed was a lot of people were giving a lot of crap to Vegemite. So I didn't want to leave this video without actually adding some sort of maker element. So you know what? I'm going to show you guys right now how it is to make Vegemite toast. Check it out. And that's how you eat Vegemite toast. The best. Jimmy, give it a shot. Anyone else who wants to give it a shot, try it out. A little bit of butter, a little bit of Vegemite, smear it on. Do not eat it by itself. It just doesn't work that way. That's it. That's so simple. Jimmy, if you get a chance, as I said in the video, try this out. I know he put a big glop on it and it was like, silicone grease. But Vegemite is actually kind of really cool. This was my kind of unique touch to bring a little bit of Australiana to the rest of the world. All over the world, there's a whole bunch of Vegemite stuff. And, you know, as the Men at Work song goes, you know, he smiled at me and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. So now you guys know how to make a Vegemite sandwich in that sense, or Vegemite toast as I like it. Look, guys, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen here. I'm definitely putting up more videos. again, I love the feedback that I've been getting from all of you guys. It's all been incredibly positive. I just love to be able to share what I do, and you'll see that throughout the work and the videos. If you want to peruse some of the stuff I've got lectures and talks that I've given to the public about making, which if you're interested, definitely check them out. I'm not Jimmy, so it's not going to be a whole lot of kind of maker videos, but they will definitely be there. And I'm also hoping to be able to share a lot of work that I do at the City of Melbourne in the library and in the makerspace there. So one of the things I'm trying to do now is work out how to get one of those little session kind of GoPro session cameras. Jimmy has one, but if you know of a camera that's small and is a little bit better, please let me know down below. It's going to be really kind of cool. Also, if you guys want to check out thecoachoftonystark.com, and there's a link right below, you can see some of my past projects. And you know what? I'm really eager if you guys are interested in me presenting some of the work that I've done before. Don't have a lot of video, but I'm more than happy to discuss what it was, workflow, why I did things in that certain way, and dare I say it, that I think some of this stuff might be a little bit spectacular. So you know what? That's it for today. I am totally jet lagged. I was up last night at 2 in the morning and slept, was awake until 10 in the morning. So I'm going to try my best to get back into the cycle. Its work starts for me next week. So after this video, you'll start seeing some more sort of stuff. And I've got some incredible projects. I've got to finish the XYZ carve, which is the CNC router, which I'm extremely excited to get involved and get it up and running so I can actually start doing some stuff. Again, I was speaking to Jimmy about doing some signage work, which he was totally inspirational about. So I'm really looking forward to doing that as well. And you know what? The feedback from you guys, especially the makers in Melbourne who have reached out, either sent me messages on YouTube or through my website, I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you guys. I'm going to get in touch this next week, and I'm hoping that we can actually get together and we can share some of the stuff that you guys are doing. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This is exciting for me, exciting for you guys. Let me know if there's anything that you really are interested in me explaining or representing again. Representing. What am I saying? I'm so tired. I'm saying the wrong words. How about this? How about if you're interested in something, let me go out and pull it out and explain to you what it was and why I did that sort of stuff. And I'm really, keep messaging down below. I love this. This is really kind of cool. Thank you again, all of you who have supported my channel. I'm blown away by that, and I am so looking forward to sharing my world with all of you guys. All right? That's me, Gil Posnanski, the coach of Tony Stark, saying to you guys, have a fantastic weekend and go make something. All right? Cool. I'll see you next week.